Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Can y'all hear me good? How I'm sounding? Here I come. I ain't gonna be long. Sonny Boxing in the building. I ain't gotta yell that much no more. I didn't upgrade it a little bit. I'm gonna be good. I didn't upgrade it. Yes, sir. Let me give me some water and we're gonna talk about it. I said it twice. Here we go, fam. The hate, the fear, the pain, the love, the courage, the game, your health, your will, your fate. Lord is the cause of it all on this old plane where everyone was put in positions to demonstrate. So today, dedicate yourself to a cause and elevate, navigate. Don't let the devil legislate, annihilate any falsehood that stands in the way. Checkmate. I'm from a line of all grace. Let me elaborate. Once upon a time, we were not slaves. There was a time in our lives when we had it made. The ancient ones paved the way, but got led astray. Chose to amalgamate, let demons infiltrate. Lost our estate and the trauma caused us to hibernate. And still today we sleep, but many starting to wake. And once we wake, I know everything will be great. Don't it's the cause of it all. 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 Don't it's the cause of it all on the soul plane. Our heritage and our estate is what we look to gain. Come from a perfect source. Why should we ever complain? If we don't save ourselves, then we ain't getting saved. Don't it's the cause of it all. Don't it's the cause of it all. Don't it's the cause of it all. Never down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They just slow mo. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Ali, the founder of the Moorish Self of America. Just some lanes from across the border, you and your daughters. I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo talks severe, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. Our elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you know it in the worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Check, check. Here I come. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the know well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. Now go and call them little names. Get on YouTube, get them little games talk tough like you bout that. And I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I prayed to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. Down no more. Let's go. Yes. Family, we about to get busy real quick. We gonna get busy. They gonna learn today. But they gonna learn today. Islam, y'all ready? So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules. Let me get a few more things in order. Let me get a few more things in order, and then I'm back at you. On your mind, you know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a Lord, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on at 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So miss me with the threat, mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic or science. Charge to reach, baby, you Let's get with it. But I'm just the same blind, and it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy. Man, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host. I'm your brother, brother Tahaka Bay. We're gonna get right into it, family. First of all, the name of this presentation is very simple. You know, y'all hear me all right? Y'all hear me all right? I'm gonna make sure. As my brothers in the nation say, is that right? Is that right? um, so let me check a few things real quick. Anybody help me share this? Ain't nobody help me share this? Let me share this a minute real quick. Let me share this on Facebook. Let me share this on Facebook real quick because this is about to disturb some people. Lately, I've been disturbing people. They've been really upset with me lately, and it's good. And it's good. It's been good that they've been upset. Yep. And I'm gonna keep on upsetting you. Every time you get upset, I'm gonna come back with another topic to make you more upset. You're gonna be upset. Not only gonna be upset, you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be upset. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep you upset. Family, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. First and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universe of law. I give honor to his prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, prophet then, prophet still, prophet always will be the universal prophet, but first and foremost to the Moors. So my thing is this for him. I'm going to get him upset. So let me give y'all a little bit of update, family. So y'all, if y'all remember, hopefully y'all remember the show that we did about the census. It seems to me that our brothers and Ali's men are still perturbed. I learned a new word today. It's perturbed. I think that means that they still upset or somewhat bothered by my approach to addressing Moorish science from an analytical point of view and associating it with the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Like, who else do we associate the measurement of Moorish science with? We should associate it with Moorish. We should associate it with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So I'm a little perturbed that they are perturbed that I'm associating it with the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, for they would rather interpret it for themselves. And you know, and I'm going to have a conversation with them. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. You know what's funny to me? Have y'all realized that we are the only group of people on the face of the earth that can't disagree without acting like somebody don't like you? You know, when we disagree, people would assume that we don't like each other. I disagree with, listen, when I was agreeing with brothers for 3 and 4 years, everything was good. But the moment I disagreed with one concept, I'm the bad guy. Y'all have experienced that before. You know what I mean? You talking to a sister and you treat her real good. The moment you say no, or homeboy, you treat them real good. I mean, man, it's not, I got you at the club. You ain't got to buy nothing. I got you. Tell the sister, I got you. The moment that you say, nah, I ain't got you this week, now you a bunch of MFers. We keep it on it. Let's keep it a buck. Now you're a bunch of MFers. Oh, man, you got it. Yeah. Y'all ain't never experienced that. Well, this how Ali's men has gotten. Man, it surprises me. It really surprises me that after all this history that we have together, you know what I mean? The moment that I disagree with you, Sharif blocked me on, I just disagree with you about a topic. Sharif blocked me on Facebook, and I can tell when he disagrees. He won't answer the phone. Like, I don't care, but I'm just saying it was just the census. Come to your senses. It was only the census. I make myself laugh. Y'all got to work with me. Y'all got to work with me. Y'all got to work with me on this one.
For real, work with me. But seriously, I've been agreeing with Ali's men. Man, look, I still admire the good that they have done, but I disagree with the senses. So why don't they come to their senses? I like dry, corny jokes, man. Come on. Come on, sister. Y'all can laugh with me, man. I know those who ain't punched in their account, they probably home on their couch, man. Oh, he crazy. Oh, he be tripping. But y'all acting funny. Y'all can't type in like Be More Go-Go, LOL. Or like Lattimore Bay, the laughy face. I mean, it is what it is. And so today on Facebook, I decided, and sometimes, listen, family, when we on social media, I want everybody to know this, family. If you on social media and you make a comment, even if it's a joke, lighthearted, whatever, when you're on social media and you make a comment on social media, family, at any given moment, somebody might say something about that comment. Y'all understand that? At any given moment, that the moment you make a comment on social media, like somebody might have an opinion, especially if it's social commentary or religious commentary. Somebody might have something to say. So I want to advise you that if you're going to be on social media and you're going to make commentary, social wisecracks or jokes or religious commentary, somebody might say something. And when they do, that don't mean you got to get so sensitive. It's only an opinion. And so today, Brother Raphael, out of Temple number 19, he makes his comment on Facebook, and he says that something to the effect of a turban affairs, you don't have to. Maybe I should pull it up and read it to you. Maybe I should pull it up and read it to you. That's what I'm gonna do. Because this blows me away. This social media era. It really blows me away. You know what I mean? But it was something to the effect that Moorish American is not elitism or something like that. Maybe I can pull it up and read it to you. And I'm going to tell you what I said, because it caused a stir today. It caused a stir. I mean, I ain't mean to stir everything up, but it caused a stir. But listen to this. Here we go. So the brother say, Moorish Americans do not engage in elitism. Matter of fact, I want you to see it. Because you put it on social media, and so I make a remark. You know what I mean? This is what social media for. To socialize. I think that's what it's for. But anyway, let me put it up here real quick and let you see it for yourself. So this is the brother saying. Now listen. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Here you go. So here's what the brother say. The brother says, Moorish Americans do not engage in elitism. You are no better than those people who are unaware of their historical legacy. Remember, you are only as strong as your weakest link. So consider yourself weak without those who are unaware of the existence of the link. Now, I get the point that he was making. Very mushy, very politically correct. Like, let's not act like we better than those, that don't know who they are. So I come back and say something to the effect. Matter of fact, I'll show that. I come back and say something to the effect that, let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I said something to the effect. Maybe they took it down. Hold up. Oh, there it is. I'm going to show you what I said. And man, it really got them worked up. It got them worked up, family. So look, let me go back to it. So look, here we go. And so I come back and say this. I come back and say, see if you can see it real quick. I come back and say, tell that to Ali's men, too proud to admit that they're wrong. Oh, that's right. You're a part of that. The elite buddy team. Hashtag truth be told. In other words, what I was saying is that the brothers from Ali's men and myself had a disagreement as it relates to the census. But I've come to see that Ali's men, they seem like elitists to me, because the moment that you don't agree with them, they want to act like it's a war or something. You know what I mean? I'm talking about they went crazy. And this one, I mean, they came out the woodwork. One brother said that I act like I couldn't wait until they did something out of order, or like, you know, I couldn't wait to have a disagreement with them. And I mean, all this stuff. Now, mind you, family, mind you, I wanted to see what somebody would say, because they've been quiet for a few days. But this is social media. They've been quiet for a few days. Like, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you an example. It's a brother out there right now. It's a brother out there right now. He have made songs about me. He has made memes about me. He has made posts about me. You know what? I haven't said nothing yet. I haven't said nothing yet. The reason why, because I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. I get to you when I got time. You know what I mean? I get to you when I got time. I ain't got time right now. Right now, we're going to be talking about some good issues. The census, to help people come to their senses. We're going to be talking about, did the Prophet Noble Ali try to get us into what they call as, quote unquote, our Islam and things like that nature. I got more bigger things to do right now. I got temples. I got the Korans, you know, that we putting together, and they for sale now. And I'll give you the website link soon. You know what I mean? We got industrious acts going on. I don't gotta respond to every single thing and get all sensitive because somebody made a video and said that I got a fake charter. Somebody on IG said to me, they said, you know, such and such getting at you. I said, who is that? I played Boo Boo the Fool. Who is that? Oh, you don't know what it is, you capping. I'm not capping. No cap. I don't know him right now. I'm busy. I don't know him right now. And that's the thing. If you're going to be on social media, know without a doubt or contradiction that you will be tested on what you say you know, on what you say you stand on, and on, no, Latimer Bay, you can't say his name yet, Latimer Bay. You can't make people famous before time. You can't, Latimer Bay say, who is that? No, it's not time to make him famous yet. You see, this is social media. This is what you would call a fake construct right now. This is social media. You don't make people famous before they time. They time coming. Just got have a little patience. We gonna get them. We gonna get them. Y'all ready for the show, family? So if y'all see brother Sharif, tell him he ain't got to block me. I ain't gonna bother him no more. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You say something crazy, I am. But I'm only disagreeing. I don't dislike you. I still like you. You my man. Now, if you walk up on me, think you're going to do some of them karate kicks, you're going to be in for a surprise. Don't you come up here with them karate kicks and chops. Don't you do all that. I'm trying to tell you. Don't do all that. Come up here with no. I'm just goofy, man. Sharif, don't you come in with no karate kicks. I'm telling you now. All right? We about to get the show started. You come up here with that kicking if you want. I'm trying to tell you. You come up here with that foolishness. I love you, brother Sharif. You my man. Man, stop being so sensitive, Ali's, man. I'ma still get at you. Ain't nothing you can say. You say something crazy, I'ma get at you. That's right. Especially as it relates to the teachings of the Prophet over Drew Ali. But anyway, family, y'all ready? So, family, I hope my main man up in here. Matter of fact, let me make sure this goes to my main man page. This is my brother Issa Mahdi. Issa Mahdi, are you in the building? All that stuff you was talking earlier. Let me see. Let me make sure Issa Mahdi in the building. I'm going to send it to his inbox. That brother was talking some stuff on this post earlier. Let me tell you. And I'm going to send it to his inbox. Let me see. Issa Mahdi, where you at? Don't try to hide now. You was talking that stuff. Where you at? I mean, yeah, he blocked me, chosen fruit. Hey, man. Yeah, he blocked me, brother. That's all I can say. He blocked me, man. That's what Sharif do, though, man. Sharif will block you in a minute, man. And I thought that was my man, though. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that it was that serious, but I guess it is. But let me share this real quick to my brother Issa Mahdi. Because Issa Mahdi been talking some stuff. You know what I mean? He been really talking some stuff about this time. And matter of fact, brother Issa Mahdi, I actually have a soft spot for that brother in my heart, because that brother there, we disagree. You know what I mean? That brother, he subscribed to a lot of what Marrakush teaches. You know what I'm saying? However, we always have a respectable dialogue. And I make jokes with him all the time. Just same way I make little wisecracks about everybody else, I get him too. But one thing about him, he has never, you know what I mean? He has never ever jumped out the window, you know. So I just sent that to Issa Mahdi. Oh, he messaged me. Let me see. He just thumbs up me. So hopefully he get in before I start. But I'm going to start right now. So, family, first of all, the question is, did Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend Moorish Americans to practice Islam like Muslims in the East? As you might know, my answer to that is absolutely not. Absolutely, emphatically not. There go Issa Mahdi, family. There you go. Everybody give Issa Mahdi a round of applause. Yay! I got my... Hey, Issa, I was just telling everybody that you and I disagree on a wide range of stuff, but we still brothers at the end of the day. You make a wisecrack, I make a wisecrack. I don't believe we ever got sensitive with one another. And we've disagreed for a few years now, Issa. And I ain't never even pressed your hand. Let me tell you how crazy this is. I never even pressed Brother Issa's hand. I never even pressed Issa's hand. I've pressed almost every member in Ali's men hand. And they get mad to the point where they go off the deep end, or appear to be. But now me and Issa Mahdi disagree. And we can get on the phone and have a long conversation. He pick up the phone right now, and if I call, I bet you if I call Sharif, he won't pick up. Let me leave Sharif alone, man. That's my bro. We'll talk next year. Me and brother Sharif. 2021, we'll be talking again. Anyway, so here we go, Issa Mahdi. So the question is, did Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend for Moorish Americans to practice Islam like Muslims in the East? And let me say for sure what I said. What does press hands mean? If you can't explain, that's fine. We don't shake hands. We press hands. Moors press hands. See, the shake hand came from Europeans when they didn't trust each other. So what they would do is they might have a blade up in their sleeve and they shake hands and try to get the blade to fall out or the little Derringer pistol. So Moors, we press hands. We trust one another. We don't need to test each other like that. We press. So Moors press, European shake. But anyway, with that being said, he said the answer in the part is yes, the other part is no. Okay. Did Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend for Moorish Americans to practice Islam like Muslims in the East? And the reason why I say Muslims in the East, because I don't want to use the term al-Islam, because I don't believe that Muslims in the East practice the peace. Al-Islam means, al means the, salam means peace. I don't believe they practice the peace. And when I'm talking about the peace, I'm talking about Islamism. I believe they practice most. I'm not going to say all because I can't speak for all. But what I've witnessed is that they practice what would be considered a cultural Islam. From my perspective, it's only my perspective. And so I don't use the term al-Islam or did the Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend us to practice Sunni Islam? I don't use that term either because that's relative. I don't use that. I say Islam like Muslims in the East to give an indication that there's a bunch of variations of Islam practices in the East, but for the most part, I'm really referring to the cultural Islam that people think is Islam. And so, family, we're going to get started. So, Isamadi says, yes, we should be practicing Islam as we know it to be from our Eastern counterparts. I think that's what he's saying. He may have some disagreement with some of those Muslims, but for the most part, most those, he intended the Moors of the MST to follow the great Quran of Muhammad to extend the teaching and propagate the faith of the great Ali. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I'm going to break all that down for you. So let's get started since you say that. First of all, I'm going to start you with something real simple. First of all, let me ask Isamadi one question before I start. Isamadi, is there, and before we get started, I want to ask my brother Isa this, is there anywhere in the Muslim world where there is a woman imam? Is there a such thing as a woman imam in the Muslim world? Or imam? Is there a woman imam in the Muslim world? That's what I just, if you can answer that for me, because we're going to start this off right. Huh? Is there a woman that leads the prayer, the imam, in the East? No. All right. I didn't think so. There is for women, not over men. No. I didn't say that. When I'm speaking of an imam, I'm talking about lead a congregation, male and female. The answer would be no. So let me clarify. Is there a imam that lead a group or body of Muslims as represented in the form of an imam? A woman imam can only lead women in prayer. Now here we go. All right, let's get it started. So remember, the question is, did Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend Moorish Americans to practice Islam like Muslims in the East? Now, first one, Mahdi, when you look at this picture right here, if the Prophet had any intentions for a sister to be, if the Prophet had any intentions for us to move towards the Eastern concept, if you will. And I'm only using Eastern for the fact that because I don't want to say our Islam. This sister right here, her name is Sister Alsop Bey. All right. I think she was the Grand Sheik of Temple number 17, if I'm not mistaken. But her name is Alsop Bey. I could be wrong about the temple. She was one of the sharpest Grand Sheiks. Matter of fact, she was a governess. And what that would be equivalent to an imam. She led a group of Moorish Americans. So this is number one. I want y'all to remember the name of this presentation. Was the prophet trying to lead us into Islam as we know in the East? Now, in order for us to conceptualize this, right? In order for us to conceptualize this, that means that whatever the prophet bought, he would have to reverse, or we would have to reverse. You follow me? So we got Sister Alsop Bey, and we got Sister Whitehead L, and we got Sister Lomax Bey. These was all leaders in the temple in their own right. We had Sister Juanita Richardson Bey. You follow me? So now, if the prophet is going to make, now the grand governor, the governess or the grand sheikess leads the temple. She's the temple head. She would be equivalent to an imam. That would not be allowed in the East. All right? That would not go in the East. So now you want me to believe, and this is number one. I'm going to speak on that too. Quran, or the great Quran of Muhammad. I'm going to speak on that too. You got to wait for it. So now, what you need to understand is that would not be permitted. That's number one. Right? Now, number two, I'm going to be breaking it down to you. Number two, the next question would be, in the Holy Quran of Mecca, Surah 2, 124, it speaks, you refuse to believe and follow Muhammad chiefly because priesthood was not retained with you. Do anybody know what that means? And so he did not appear among you. Now, you surely do admit Abraham's priesthood. In other words, Muhammad did not come from a line of priestly people, or like when you look at Jesus, he came from the line of David. You know, this is saying you don't believe in Muhammad prophethood. This is what it's telling people on the ground. You don't believe in Muhammad prophethood because he didn't come from, let's use the word elite or elect, as the Prophet Noble Ali put it. But then it goes on to say, now surely do admit Abraham's prophethood. So remember that his Lord tested Abraham with commands and ordeals. Now, here's the question. Here's the question for Issa Mahdi and anybody else who thinks that the Prophet Noble Ali was trying to guide us into Islamic of the East. Abraham was a prophet of Allah, and he was also a Muslim. Now, not only was Abraham, but we also have 25 prophets in the Holy Quran of Mecca. We have 25 prophets in the Holy Quran of Mecca, right? So my question is this. When people say that we must follow Prophet Muhammad in the way that it is dictated to us, I ask the question, did Adam pray like Abraham? And did Abraham pray like Muhammad? This is a real serious question. Did David pray like Muhammad? And when I'm talking about the ritualistic prayer, exactly. So Isamadi says Abraham was prior to the Quran revelation. His dispensation wouldn't be the same exactly due to his dispensation. That's exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Abraham's expression can be different from Muhammad and yet the same. The same thing with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. His expression can be different, but it can be yet the same. It's expressed different, but it can be the same. So when you say, you said it, it wouldn't be the same exactly due to his dispensation. And that's what I'm telling you about Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It's not the same as Muhammad because it's in a different era of time, yet it's universally the same, just like Abraham is universally the same with Muhammad teachings. Yet they expressed it a little bit different according to culture. Now we're going to get into it. So 25 prophets in the Quran, and I will guarantee you probably about 15 of them expressed it different. I almost guarantee you that. I almost can guarantee you that. I'm going to call you up in a minute. Brother, due to the facts MSCFA claims Great Quran of Muhammad, I'm going to get to that part. You got to wait to that part, and I'll call you up. Now, when we look at the Quran, either we're going to believe it or we not. Either we're going to believe it or we not. If the Quran is true, it goes from the never-ending days of the past to the never-ending days of the future. And if the Quran be true, it says that in Surah 14, ironically, Ibrahim, we never sent a messenger except in the language of his people to make things clear to them. So many people would want me to believe that after I learn Arabic, after I learn how to prostrate, then I will be able to render or surrender myself to the universal creator. That doesn't make sense. What makes sense to me is that God, so you don't have no way out. He gives you a prophet or messenger in the language so you can understand. Now, when somebody says to me that verse was up to the prophets Muhammad's time, no, it's a universal message. A universal message does not stop with Prophet Muhammad. A universal message is an infinite message, unless it's a custom. But this is coming. Customs can change. Custom can change. But a directive from Almighty God doesn't change. And if Almighty God says, we never sent a messenger except in the language of his people, it says never. Now, why would God change that? You know what I attribute that to? I attribute that to when Christians like to say that Jesus was born of a miraculous birth, that, you know, he came down, God sent the sperm down from heaven and impregnated Mary. And my argument to that is, why would God put a law in place and then break his own law? Meaning that man, woman, cleave together, become one flesh, and that's how you be fruitful and multiply. Now you want me to believe that God comes back 2,000 years later, or whatever the case may be, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever the case may be, and now he changes his own law. No, God do not change his law. God's law is clear. We have never sent the prophet except in the language of the people. And I must conclude that he never will, for it will cause confusion. The Holy Quran of Mecca cannot be translated. In order for you to understand it in its full essence, you must know the language. Is that a fact? In order for you to understand the Quran of Mecca, you must speak the language. So you tell me what makes more sense. You tell me what makes more sense. That God, powerful God, almighty God, he sends all his prophets to a people that speak a language that the prophets speak. But in this case, he breaks his own law? That's what you're telling me. Listen, I'm not saying that you have to agree with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali being a prophet. I'm saying that God do not break his own law. If he says he never sent the prophet except in the language of the people in which he come, he said never, ever, ever. Then if we say Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a prophet, then here's the power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad. The power and authority comes from a thought, not a book. It comes from a thought. It's a unified thought, not a book. This book don't do nothing. It's a unified thought. Now, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You got to understand a unified thought. We're going to break this down tonight. Now, this is how we know that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was up on. See, what you would have me to believe, or you want people to believe, anybody that think that Prophet Noble Drew Ali wanted to guide people into Al-Islam, you will want people to believe that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was oblivious to Al-Islam. And I'm going to use Al-Islam affectionately today, just so you know what I'm talking about. You want us to believe that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was ignorant to Al-Islam. That's what you want to do. That's right. We derive our power and authority from that unified thought. Absolutely. And I'm going to prove it in a minute. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. This is how we know Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is how we know Prophet Noble Drew Ali was not oblivious to other forms of Islam. Anybody remember the Muslim sunrise? I'm sure you do. But if you don't, I'm going to put you up on something. Many people used to think that this Moorish Guide newspaper right here, where it says, what is Islam? And we grew up believing that the prophet wrote this because the Moorish Scientific of America Incorporated, as well as John Givensell, have put together what would be called the Moorish literature pamphlet. Many people read it and they think it came from the prophet, but in fact, the Moorish literature pamphlet actually was just excerpts coming from the Holy Quran and from the Moorish Guide. And one of the articles that you will find in the Moorish literature pamphlet is, what is Islam? And in this article from the Moorish Guide, it reads, Islam is a very simple faith. It requires man to recognize his duty towards God Allah, his creator, right? And his creatures. God Allah, his creature, and his fellow creature. It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surroundings. Stop there. That's from the Moorish Guide, right? Now, the Muslim sunrise, right? Let's read this. Islam is a very simple faith. It requires man to recognize his duties towards God, his creator, and his fellow creatures. It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surrounding. What am I reading right here? What I'm reading is the Muslim or the Muslim sunrise paper from the Ahmadiyya movement that was in Chicago in 1924. Now, if anybody familiar with this article, you know what I'm saying? If anybody familiar with this article, then you will find out this. Prophet Noble Drew Ali submitted this article. You know what I mean? What up, Great Navy? Prophet Noble Drew Ali submitted this article, right? From the Moorish Guide. And when it goes all the way to the end, now listen to this. Many people that are Moorish Americans remember this from the Moorish Guide, but I'm not going to read it from the Moorish Guide. I'm going to read it from the Muslim Sunrise. Now, one of the first things that we see that the prophet changes was they used the term God. Prophet Noble Drew Ali uses the term what? God Allah. Right there. He used the term God Allah. But anyway, small difference. But now let me shrink this down and let me show you the Muslim sunrise. And what I'm trying to show you is that the prophet was familiar with other forms of Islam. And it can't be denied. It said it requires man to recognize his duty towards God, his creator, and his fellow creature. It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surrounding. It preeminently the religion of peace. The very name, Islam, means peace. The goal of man's life, according to Islam, is peace with everything. Anybody familiar with that? Anybody remember this? Remember this in the Moorish Guide? The objects of man's life, according to Islam, is a complete unfoldment. Islam teaches man. Now, let me read all the way down. Matter of fact, let's go to the Moorish Guide because it says the same thing. It says the same exact thing. But now watch this. It says the same exact thing. But now watch this. I'm going to show you something. It goes on down and says, we don't believe decay or sleep can overtake him. He neither... we believe that he is helplessly inactive in the inert force. We don't believe he's helpless, inactive, inert force. Nothing happens without his knowledge and will. Talking about the law, he never begets nor is he begotten, because these are traits of frail and weak humanity. This unity of law is the first and foremost pillar of Islam. What is Prophet Noble Drew Ali talking about? He's talking about the Eastern form of Islam, and he's correlating it with what we are moving on, right? That it has to be. So when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is demonstrating from what people would consider be a source of an Orthodox Muslim from India, and he's teaching Islamism here in America, I'm saying that Prophet Noble Drew Ali is familiar with other forms of Islam. And you're going to know why I'm saying that in a minute. Man, shout out to my brother Rasef, because that brother put this post up one day, man. I was like, man, my man. I was looking for mine, and there you go. But anyway, now, once you figure this out, that when Prophet Noble Drew Ali posted this in the Moorish Guide, let me show you. Let me show you something. That's what I'm saying. The Prophet was familiar with other forms of Islam. Let me show you something. The objects of man's life, according to Islam, is complete unfoldment. The cardinal doctrine of Islam is unity of the Godhead, etc., etc., etc. But the prophet goes all the way down to here, right? And it says in the prophet, demonstration in the Moorish guide. It says the unity of God is the first and foremost pillar of Islam, and every other belief hangs upon it. And then he stops. And you know what comes up after that? After that, it goes into prophethood of Muhammad is the second pillar of Islam. Why didn't the prophet put that in the Moorish guide? If his intentions was to bring us over into our Islam, as people like to affectionately call it, why would he stop at talking about Islam, and when they start talking about Prophet Muhammad, he cuts it off? He cuts it off. The reason why that I come to see is because the belief that people have been holding on to Prophet Muhammad mostly have been distorted. And he didn't want that. This is what I got to conclude, because that's where it stops at. It implies, or seems to me, that he didn't want it, that distorted view to be infiltrated in the minds of our people. Why did he stop at Prophet Muhammad and start giving the description of Prophet Muhammad? I think if he wanted to move us in that direction, then at least, let me say this. Can anybody show me anywhere where Prophet Noble Drew Ali expresses a historical context about Prophet Muhammad? We're talking about people that believe that this is the last prophet, that he's the seal in regards of there will be no more. Huh? Like, this is the seal that there was be no more. Why didn't he speak? Prophet Noble Drew Ali spoke more about Jesus than Prophet Muhammad. He don't even have a historical account of Prophet Muhammad. And if he was trying to move us into, our Islam as we know it, there is no historical account to start that transition. But there is something on the back of the 101. You said our authority. Ali is not Prophet Muhammad, brother, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute now that you bring it out. Ali is Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. Brother. I'll show that to you in a minute. You know what I mean? Ali is not Prophet Muhammad, brother. Ali is Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. Now, with that being said, let's get back into it. So I want y'all to remember what I said. First of all, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is putting women, sisters, in positions of imams. So that's one thing we're going to have to turn around after we go to our Islam. Sister, now you can't lead a temple. Come on, what kind of sense does that make? Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not call the house of worship a mosque or masjid. Do you want to convince me that he didn't know the difference between a mosque, masjid, and a temple? Why did he call it a temple? Think about these questions. Really consider these questions. Do you want me to believe that Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't know the house of worship for Muslims was a masjid? And if that was the case, why didn't he just name the Moorish Science Masjid of America? Come on, let's think about it now. I know you want to believe that because he's using the term Islam and Islamism. I know you want to believe that, but come on, let's get the wheels turning. Why did he use the term temple and not masjid or mosque? He actually have an article where he talks about the great mosque of Cordoba. Anybody ever seen that article? Anybody ever seen that article? It's a whole article where the Prophet Noble Drew Ali submitted the history of the Moors. Matter of fact, I probably can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Moorish God. Let me see. Moorish literature. I mean, he talks about, I think it's the last story in the Moorish literature. Here we go. Here we go right here. I'm going to pull it up for you. What I'm trying to show you is that Prophet Noble Drew Ali is aware of these things. Let me see. Here you go. Muhammad was the founder of the Mohammedan religion. It originated 13 centuries ago. That's all he says about Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? On the Arabian Peninsula. But in fact, he goes on down. The Quran should be of interest of all readers. Hold up. That's not it. I'm trying to find the one. No, that's the Moorish leader's message to America. Oh, industrious acts of the Muslims. Industrious acts of the Muslim in Northwest, Here we go, right here. The astonishment ceases. However, when it's discovered, this all stucco, Let me see if I can find it real quick. I want to find it real quick. In this, he talks about the mosque and those things. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They originate the beauty of Alhambra. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sutton? What's up, Jesse Sutton? They originate the beauty of Alhambra. To the unpracticed eye, the light relives, the fanciful squeak. I'm messing that up, but you get it later, which covered the walls of the Alhambra. Now we know what the Alhambra is. The prophet is talking about, or he submitted an article that talks about the Moors in North Africa. They was practicing a form of Islam that can be compared to what Sunnis practice today, with all intents and purposes. What I'm telling you is that the prophet was aware. I'm telling you, let me step back. What I'm telling you is that the prophet was aware. You follow me? The prophet was aware of these forms of Islam. He referenced a form of Islam from India, and then he gives a historical account of the Moors in North Africa, who were Muslims, and he called them Mohammedans. Wouldn't he be aware of the practices of them? And if he was trying to bring us into what we consider today Sunni Islam, or Shiite for that matter, doesn't he have a reference point? Why would he wait? Why would he wait? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. And the only thing I'm saying is, you don't have to agree with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But understanding is the rock on which man builds himself. At least understand that Prophet Noble Drew Ali had no intentions to cross us over the bridge to what we know today as Al-Islam. No intentions. One, he put women in leadership position to guide and lead temples. Back in 1928, women couldn't even do nothing according to religious work. Two, he named the house of worship for Moorish Americans a temple. Three, he's familiar with the Ahmadiyya movement, and he's familiar with the Sunni type practice of the Moors in North Africa. Yet, here we go. Let's get with the evidence, family. I just want to teach you something, family. You don't have to agree with me, but I mean, if you're a Moorish American, I'm about to show you something. Prophet Noble Drew Ali give you something real, uniquely is. And so yeah. And then let me show you something that's really real. Y'all see this right here? this is really going to be the kicker. The Orthodox Muslims was right down the street from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. 4448 Wabash Avenue. That was right on the south side. That was right on the south side. The Prophet was right over there on Wabash. They was right up the street. You follow me? So my point is, he was very familiar. Now, he was very familiar. Now, here we go. When we look at the divine constitution and bylaws, I want y'all to work with me. Just work with me real quick. This is an old divine constitution and bylaws. When you look at the divine constitution and bylaws, the first thing you hear, with people say it all the time, and they say it nonchalantly. They call it the divine constitution and bylaw. That would imply, the divine would imply from God. Period. The divine would imply from God. That's number one. So again, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is invoking himself as the prophet of God, and these brothers and sisters are supporting that notion because they are subscribing to him as a prophet of God. Of course, they have some sort of, especially the close circle, we have to at least give our people ain't crazy. We have to give the close circle at least the benefit of the doubt that they heard of Muhammad. But there was something unique about Prophet Noble Drew Ali that they chose to subscribe to. And then when you look at Prophet Noble Drew Ali, let me show you something. When you look at Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes a statement. He said, but the Moors, but the Muslims of India, Africa, and Europe, they kept these secrets away. And when you look at Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you have to know what you're looking at. This robe is of an India persuasion. It's a priestly robe of India persuasion. This fez is of Africa persuasion. And this tie is of Europe persuasion. The universal prophet come in a language not only from the vocal cords, but even in appearance. He appears to you in a way that is digestible for you. He got the businessman look. You see? In the Western world, this is the businessman attire. So where did he teach? India, Africa, and Europe. I want y'all to hang on to that for a minute. Now, here's another point that I'm going to pull out. Back in 1929, Ramadan. In 1929, Ramadan fell on the 11th. That was a Monday. In 1929, it fell on February the 11th, on a Monday. All right? Now, this is one of the biggest. Let me see if anybody's saying in the chat. Is there anything bigger than Ramadan in the Muslim world? Can anybody help me out? Is there any holiday bigger than Ramadan in the Muslim world? Is it? Yes or no? And if it is, name it for me. Is there anyone? can name a holy time bigger than Ramadan in the Muslim world? Hajj is bigger? Okay, some say Hajj. Okay. Okay, I can accept that. I just thought Ramadan was, okay, some say Hajj is bigger. Hajj is a holy day, a holy month. Hajj. Sadiq El said both are Eids. Thank you, Sadiq. Let me see what other people say. Okay. I say there is no bigger celebration or something that's notable bigger than Ramadan around the Muslim world. It's everywhere. Well, even if it's number 2. But let me tell you something. Hajj, as well as Ramadan, is a big deal. And Abdullah said Ramadan is obligatory. Okay. Let me ask you a question, Brother Isa. Ramadan, is it a prerequisite of being a Muslim? Ramadan, as the Muslim as you know it. Is it a prerequisite? Is it a part of it? Most observed? Okay. Now let me explain something to you. I'm going to make another point. If this is one of the, if it's not the one, but if Ramadan is one of the greatest observed holy months of the Muslim calendar, I have a question for you. Actually, Ramadan, the fasting that's a misinterpretation, but that's okay. Ramadan, it's fasting. That's one of the 5 pillars, be more go-go. Ramadan is actually a month. But they try to interpret it to mean fasting in the month of Ramadan. But I'm going to get that. Fasting is a pillar. Fasting is a pillar. But the jurists who dictates Islam say fasting in the month of Ramadan is a prerequisite. But that's another argument. The point that I'm making is, if that's the case, in February, right? In February 1929, there was Ramadan, right? 1929. Why is it in February edition of the Moorish Guide do not we see anything? You cannot find anything relative to Ramadan. One of the greatest things that goes on in the Muslim world. This is a Moorish guy. There's nothing in this paper about Ramadan. Nothing. Not one article, not one nothing. Why? I mean, even a story would have been good. There's not an article. There's not nothing. Nothing. Oh, the Muslims in the East are preparing for Ramadan. Nothing. That doesn't make sense. Come on. Let's think a little bit. You don't have to follow Prophet Noble Ali or become a Moorish American Muslim, but come on, let's think a little bit. Not nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my brother, It's Bay TV, he says, some say it don't apply. In fact, Ramadan don't apply, but fasting do apply. Ramadan is a month. Let's not forget that. Don't let the fakers take you out of perspective. Ramadan is a month. Fasting is a prerequisite of true believers to burn. That's what they call the month of Ramadan. Fasting is a prerequisite of believers. But during the month of Ramadan, on a lunar cycle, it's not a prerequisite. That's a custom. Now, also, you want me to believe that before I can get close to the universe of the Creator, I must learn to pray. That's what you want me to believe. Before I can get to the universal Creator, God Allah, first I got to learn how to commune with Him and prostrate. I got to take some classes now. Now, I was created by God, by the way of my mother and father. I can hear the voice of God speaking in my heart. But before I can connect with Him, I have to learn how to offer salat. Before my prayer, I got to learn this now. If I want to get to paradise, I got to learn this. Now, I'm not being sarcastic, but my question remains, and I'm not telling people don't make salat. I'm not telling people don't make salat. But what I'm saying is we don't have one tittle. Not one that shows the prophet speaking of or expressing the need for this sort of prostration in public. Nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere can we find this in the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, all the things that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought, come on, the most essential things he leave out. The most essential things, Ramadan, prostration type prayer, he leave that out. He leave all that out. Come on, that doesn't make sense. If you are a Moorish American Muslim, I'm not telling you if you make salat with prostration, salat only means prayer. I'm not telling you to stop that. Because some of us need more rituals than a little bit. But what I'm telling you, Prophet Noble Drew Ali wasn't trying to take us over into what we know as our Islam. Now, family, I do want y'all to support our Sisters Auxiliary, family. They doing a raffle. I do have a few people that submitted, and the secretary going to be getting with y'all soon. But they're doing a raffle, family. And in this raffle, I think it's $15 and $20 a ticket. And they got the Fez dolls for your children, family. They got the Fez doll for your children. Come on, It's Bay TV. Buy a raffle ticket. Support the Sisters Auxiliary. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Pearl Drew Ali, Sisters Auxiliary with the Noble Temples. Get your babies. Y'all still making babies. Get your baby a Fez doll. I'm going to put the link in there in a minute. Also, we got hot sauce going to be in a raffle. Almost $300 some dollars worth, 300 or more dollars worth of products going to be in this raffle. You know what I mean? You got children's books that's going to be in a raffle. This is the hot sauce, the sassy hot sauce made by our sheik here. Have his own farm, doing his own thing. Have his own hot sauce company, USD certified, all good. We also have the children's book. You follow me? Also have my brother from Long Beach. He got the t-shirts. Don't Call Me Black. That's going to be in the raffle basket. All of these things are going to be in the raffle basket. Man, honor to my brother serving and collecting. Also in the raffle basket, we got our sister, Janice, out of Chicago. That's right. That's my sister right there. You know what I'm saying? She actually has the Earth Goddess natural soap, and I use that myself. I'm telling you, I try to use some tonight, but my mobile is talking about, nah, you got to pay for the other one that you already use. I say, but I'm going to call my brother Will L and see if I can get a discount because I need some soap tonight. And we got some we supposed to be selling. I might got to send him a few dollars. Okay. Also, we're going to have the Noble Collection hat. And my brother said he also will throw in a Moorish American Nobles hat. Let me stop this real quick. He also said he would throw in a Moorish American Noble hat. That's right. Man, y'all know fitted hats. They go for about at least $30, $40 now. I mean, so look. Also, we have my sister. That's right. My sister Sheikah's Hunter Bay. She's going to have, that's her right there. She have liquid multi-purpose black soap, whipped shea butter, 100% vegan. You wash your hair with it. You wash your body with it, just like you get the all-in-one body wash. That's going to be in the demonstration. And so, family, we need y'all to support the Sisters Auxiliary. These are things that people make themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's right. These are things that people make themselves. Come on, man. We sitting up there looking for some Texas Pete hot sauce. You can't be serious. Here you go. Here we go. We talk about industrious acts of Moors. Here you go. So we ask y'all support the Sisters Auxiliary. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the link in here, and the link will be below the chat. The link will be below the chat. We do have a few people that have ordered let me tell you, I said we have a few people who actually put in to buy the raffle, and I was so busy that I didn't pass on the information. So pardon me for that. But if you want to support, and I hope you do support, I'm going to say when you support, this is the PayPal information. This is the Cash App information. And all you got to do is send in the Cash App, $15 for one ticket, $20 for two tickets. And all you got to do is put the note in there that it's for the raffle. Over $300 worth of Moorish products. Moorish products. Man, shout out to Serving and Collecting, always supporting the channel. And also hit that, I ain't even gonna say hit that that dollar sign. Because I need y'all to support the Sisters Auxiliary. Like, we do these shows all the time, family. Shout out to there we go. There we go. We do these shows all the time. This stuff takes some time to put together. At least you can do is support a raffle, and hopefully you be the one that's selected when the number is called. And then from there, you get the benefit from supporting something good. I do this all the time. You know what I mean? Ain't no money in this. But seeing you open up your eyes is very good. That's what I like. You know what I mean? Now, here we go. Let's get back to it. Now, I'm going to remind y'all at the end of the show. Now, when we start talking about, did Prophet Noble Drew Ali, 1 second. Did Prophet Noble Drew Ali intend for us to go into our Islam? We must first ask ourselves, well, if he didn't, why not? Because he gave us a pure understanding of Islamism and the road that we must take. Now, let's deal with some key points. When people try to superimpose their version of Islam on the Moorish American, first let's get into it. The first thing to acknowledge is that there are two differences. Sunni and Shiite has different collections of hadiths. Let's start there. The Sunni and the Shiite have two different collections of hadiths. So when someone say that you must follow the Sunnah, are you implying that I follow the Sunni thought or that I follow the Shiite thought? Sunni and Shiite have two different collections of hadith and therefore have different understandings of Islam. The other important point to note is that there are differences within each school, especially within the Sunni school of thought. Family, here's where the rubber meets the road. When one tried to imply that they have the raw, uncut truth as given to them by Prophet Muhammad and untainted, this is where the rubber meets the road. Traditionally, the Sunni Muslims are divided into 4 schools of law. These are named after the scholars who championed the methodology. Y'all follow me? You follow me? See how Abdullah say? There are minor differences among the Sunni schools. We're talking about a divine revelation, brother. We're talking about a divine revelation, brother. There can't be a minor difference with divine revelation, brother. Divine revelation. Listen, let me explain to my brother Abdullah. The reason why I do what I do, brother, is because I believe people got out of the true essence of what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. I believe people got out of what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. I believe brothers like Ali's men who want to check black on the census have escaped from the Moorish Science Temple of America and are moving on what they want to move on. You follow me? This is what I'm saying. Abdul, I'm saying the same thing. The MST of A is divided. It's a human problem. This is what I'm saying. And so what I do, I teach Islamism orthodoxy. I teach orthodoxy Islamism. Everything that I use, I direct it straight to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. There is no minor difference with the teachers of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Like you said, it's a human problem. It's a human problem. This is why I would invite anybody to debate me, because I'm going to stick to Islamism orthodoxy. I stick to, and I respect Abdullah for teaching Orthodox Islam according to the Sunnah. or Sunni religion, Sunni, whatever. But I teach exactly what the Prophet says. Orthodox Islamism. That's right, Isamadi. I coined the phrase and I need to patent it. Orthodox Islamism. In other words, everything that I say, I am going to fact check it by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I don't lean towards interpretation. Nope, there's no need to. There's no need to. I mean, I don't lean towards any interpretation when it comes to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We can do that in the third chamber. But when I teach this in the public, right here, is it. Our religion is Islamism, and I move on Orthodox Islamism. For example, give you an example. This was given to me by a brother of mine, right? This was given to me to a brother of mine. On the back of this is an adaptation that I find to be a part of a takeover that put Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the background. It's a part of a takeover that put Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the background and put somebody else in the forefront. That's my research tell me. So I got this from a brother. However, Orthodox Islamism, I can prove that this has nothing to do with Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought. Therefore, this would never be on my neck. And I use it as a teaching tool. We said no sound. Can y'all hear me? My brother say no sound. Y'all can't hear me? Islam? Can y'all hear me yet? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me see. All right. So now I use it as a teaching tool. I use it as a teaching tool. But I can prove that had nothing to do with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I can also prove that the blue one has nothing to do with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So what I'm saying is, I stick to the orthodoxy of Islamism. So there is no argument. Thank you, family. What up, Laylo? There is no argument. And so let's get to it real quick as we move forward. Let's talk about some of the differences. The brother says minor differences. Now, let me butcher some of these names real quick. You got Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi, and Hanabali. I might be busting it up. I don't know. But I can think. But now let's look at the differences. He says minor differences. And he said, we pray together. He said, and we pray together. But here you go. The Malikis pray with their arms by their side. I thought Islam was about a unity. It says Islam is the first pillar is unity. So the Malikis pray with their arms by their side. Hafi men should place his hands below the navel in prayer, and women upon their chests. Other Sunni schools have variable opinions. Here we go. We all in one mosque. The sister got her hand above her chest. The brother got his hand below his navel. The other brother got his hands on his side, his arms on his side. Come on now. These are the differences. It might don't matter to you and the Maliki brother, but these are the differences. Let's not escape this. The Shafi says Bismillah out loud. In the loud, Salah, and others do not. This brother say it's not important. Let me tell you something. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, when we say the Moorish American prayer, I wish one person would say something outside or do something outside of what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali prescribed for us. I'm going to tell that brother or sister, listen, stand in silent benediction. Stand in silent benediction, because we're going to say this in unison. See, one thing you got to understand about thought is most effective when it's united. And physical gestures are a reflection of mental thought, of energy. Therefore, when one is out of sync, even physically, they're out of sync mentally. And man is not the body nor the soul, he is spirit and a part of Allah. He must be in sync mentally before physical things even take place. It's the fact of the matter. If you're not in sync physically, 9 times out of 10 from a religious standpoint, you're not in sync mentally. So these may be small things to you, but when you get into the psyche of spirituality, these are not small things. Yeah, these are not small things when you get into spirituality. When you see Buddhist monk sitting in a certain way with their group, these are very unique. These gestures are very important. Maliki say it is permissible for a woman to keep her face and both her palms and the back of her hands uncovered during salat. The Hanbalis state it is not permissible for her to expose any part of her face. These are not small things. There are many other subtle differences, but not significant ones. I disagree because I understand how the mind works. This is saying what you're saying. Sunnis have arms folded in various positions from below the navel to the chest, right over left. Shia keep arms straight by the side. Shia usually raise their hands for each Allahu Akbar in the Salah. Words in the Ruku and Sajda are the same. When Sunnis getting up from a Ruku, they usually say Rabbana, Walakal. I only know it. Shia do not. Sunnis say Amin after Surah Al-Hamd, whereas Shias usually say Alhamdulillah Rabbani Alameen. I might be butchering that too. In the sitting position, Shia usually say, man, I'm not even going to try to say that. Sunni usually say, they say something different. This is the point I'm making. Sunnis do not have Qunut in the second rak'ah. See, you probably can explain all this to me. You know what I mean? But I don't need to try to know all this. My prophet speaks English. You know what I mean? He speaks English because God, Allah, is just that good. He can send somebody in English to help get us up out of this state. He's that good. He's that good. I'm telling you. God, Allah, is that merciful. Shiite recite Bismillah loudly in every salah. And Fajr, Maghrib, and Isha Namaz, Shiite read everything aloud except the third and fourth rak'ah. While in, you see? See what I'm saying? It's two. So listen, this is the last leg of what I'm going to do, brother. Only thing I'm proving is this. that when people try to imply, and it's not only for you, Abdullah, this is not for the Muslims. My best friend is a Muslim of Sunni persuasion. This is not for them. This is for the Moors who want to dress up and play like an Arab. This is for the Moors who think that being like an Arab is more important than being like the Prophet taught us to be. This is what this is for. Now, this is last but not least, this is why Moorish Americans are not being guided into what we know as Al-Islam. Now, the fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love. Let me get that right. Let me make sure I'm getting this right because I'm catching a little stuff here. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nations of North America let me make sure I say it right. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate and to know of their higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca. I asked the question, what is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca? Knowing of your, according to Islamism, knowing of your higher self and lower self. Once you understand that, you are intellectually and spiritually united with the Holy Quran of Mecca. You don't need all these overtones and all these cultural things that has been pushed to us. Prophet Noble Ali teaches the Moorish American Muslim that when you know of your higher self and your lower self, you are united with the Holy Quran of Mecca. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca for the teaching and instructing of all Moorish Americans, etc. What is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca? It's actually a practice. It's actually an art. It's actually a way of thinking, a pure way of thinking in a Moorish American perspective, if you will, or Islamism perspective. Now, the brother, now I just got this online, and I know it got 2 L's in it in some places, but the brother said, well, what about Prophet Noble Drew Ali saying that we propagate and extend the learning of the great Prophet Ali Amar? Then it says, the Moorish Science Temple of America deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the great Prophet Ali in America. Now, here we go. The power and authority of the great Quran is understanding exactly what it's saying. And the Quran calls for one to be raised amongst those that look like them and speak like him so you can raise them up. Power and authority, if you want to refer to power and authority of a book, it's the essence of what the book stands for and what you can demonstrate that gives you power and authority. Only what you can demonstrate. Man is thought. What you can demonstrate gives you the power and authority. So if Prophet Noble Drew Ali is calling himself a prophet, there is something in the Quran that gives him the ability to see where he fits in. That the power and authority of the Quran is not saying this, here's your right to teach Islam. No, it's a teaching in here that confirms who he is. You follow me? There's something in here that confirms who he is. That's where you get power and authority from. Something confirms him. And what does it say? Once he confirmed, we derive our power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth. Now, this brother tried to tell me that the great Prophet Ali is Muhammad. You got to be kidding me. Extend the learning and truth of the great Prophet Ali in America. Prophet Noble Drew Ali learned something here. Prophet Noble Drew Ali learned something that was beyond the concepts of what the Muslims learned before him. And we must extend that. Extend the learning. What did Prophet Noble Drew Ali learn? And the truth of the great Prophet Ali. See, the truth of the great Prophet Ali may not seem to be truthful to other people. The truth of the great Prophet Ali, and we're going to talk about it in a second. See, the truth of the great Prophet Ali may not be true to brothers who study Sunni Islam. May not be true to brothers who study Shiite Islam. It may not be true, but we still must extend the learning and truth. What did Prophet Noble Drew Ali learn? And what is this truth of the great Prophet Ali? Here we go, family. I'm about to take you up into the chamber. Let's go. Again, one of the truths that the prophet learned is Surah 14:4. We never sent the message except in the language of his people to make things clear for them. God leads astray whom he will and guides whom he will. He is mighty and wise. We sent Moses with our signs. Did Moses speak Arabic? Bring your people out of darkness into the light. Did Moses speak Arabic? Here you go. Here's the power and authority. Prophet Noble Drew Ali confirms it. The Moorish Science Temple of America, we have a holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And what you might want to say is, oh, you got a Quran too? Prophet Noble Drew Ali is that bold. He is that bold. He is that bold to produce a book from a collection of different books, divinely prepare it and deliver it to us for us. And he called it the Holy Quran. And if you understand the science of the Holy Quran of Mecca, it's no different than the science of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. In other words, the Holy Quran of Mecca, they had to pull some stuff together. They put this together. Ain't the story of Jesus up in here? Where that story come from? That's not a unique story. You know how people say Prophet Noble Drew Ali plagiarized? That's just like saying the Quran plagiarized the story of Noah. Would somebody say that about the Holy Quran of Mecca? Oh, the Holy Quran plagiarized the story of Noah. No, they wouldn't say that. Oh, the Holy Quran of Mecca plagiarized the story of Jesus. No, they wouldn't say that. Why wouldn't they say that? Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because people understand that the divine revelation of the Holy Quran is a revision of times of past. It's a revision. It's a more accurate account of the story of Jesus. It's a more accurate account of the story of Moses. It's a more accurate account of the story of Noah in the language of the Arab people. Enter enter the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America. It's a more accurate account of Jesus. It's a more accurate description or instructions of how to raise your thoughts from your lower carnal nature into your God self. It's a more refined and revised understanding of a universal thought, whether it be from the Quran, whether it be from the gospel, whether it be from the Old Testament. It's a revised, more elevated understanding. This is not to belittle anybody who follow the Holy Quran of Mecca and those who hold it dear to their heart. But we of the Moorish Temple of America hold the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America dear to our heart. And to prove my point just a little further, when we talk about the oneness of Allah, which is one of the first pillars, we believe that belief is lost in faith and fruition is lost. And man is saved when he reached the ethic life, when he and Allah are one. When we talk about the oneness of Allah, we're talking about aligning our will with the universal will of God. Whether we do it with a book or not. Whether we do it with a book or not, uniting our will with the universal principle. This is what Prophet Noble Ali teaches. When we look at prayer, prayer is the most sacred thing that you can perform. And whether you have 5 on the left and 2 on the right, or your head is down on a piece of carpet or on dirt, without you meeting Almighty God in your heart, it counts for nothing. So Prophet Noble Ali give us the highest elevation of what prayer is. The nearest place to meet God, the nearest place to meet Allah is in the heart. You know what that means? That means before you make prostration, you have to make connection. That means before you stand up, you need to raise your thoughts to infinite wisdom. So we say that. I rise and give praise to Allah. We raise in our thoughts to infinite wisdom. What is more compelling? Someone says, I'm going to raise my thoughts to infinite wisdom. Or one just starts a ritual. I'm going to raise my thoughts to be in unison with the universal principle, with the universal creator, with the universal energy. I'm going to raise my thoughts. And in raising my thoughts, and if I continue to raise my thoughts, one day, if you will serve Allah who speaks in the heart, where do God speak? When you got your head to the ground? Huh? Where does he speak? If you will serve Allah who speak within the heart, make 100 prayers. Scream at the top of your voice, Allahu Akbar. See, we a bit past that. When we say God is the greatest, we demonstrate it. See, this is not to offend nobody. I just don't like people challenging the divine teachings of Prophet Noble Ali. When we say Allah is the greatest, we demonstrate it. If you would serve Allah who speaks within the heart, just serve your nearer kin. Serve him. You know how to do that? See if you can learn that as well as we learn how to prostrate. Serve your near kin and those who are no kin, the strangers at your gate, the foe that seeks to do you harm. Assist the poor and help the weak. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, this is the highest degree of serving the universal creator Allah. The highest degree of serving the universal creator Allah is this here. This is the highest degree. How do you serve the foe that seeks to do you harm? How do you do that? See, you got to join a temple, a responsible Moorish Science temple to know that. See, we surpass prostration now. We didn't superseded past that. We didn't went past it so far. We're not saying stop it, because you might have to do that to get to here. This is why Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the last prophet in these days. Because the souls that was with Muhammad had to do that then so they can reach here now. Y'all don't believe in that though. But we in the Moorish Science Temple of America do. We in the Moorish Science Temple of America believe that those was with Muhammad then are with the prophet now. Those that was with Jesus then are with the prophet now. And what Jesus taught, they ready to receive what the prophet is teaching. If they follow what Muhammad taught, they are ready to follow what the prophet is teaching. So again, it says, assist the poor, help the weak, do harm to none, and covet not what is yours, what is not yours. Then with your tongue, the Holy One will speak. Astaghfirullah. That's what you want to say. See, this can't be Prophet Noble Drew Ali trying to take us over into Islam of the East. He's telling us that our mouth, our tongue will say the words of God. Now, who's going to say that in the East? You know, we're going to have to reverse all this if my brother Mati is correct. We're going to have to teach people that you can't speak the words of God, not with your tongue. That's shirk. We're going to have to change all that, of course. If we listen to Isa Mahdi, that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was trying to get us into Islam of the Eastern persuasion, then we got to change all this. Because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches that with our tongue, God will speak. With our tongue. The same one I'm talking to you with now. That God will speak. Come on, man. We're going to reverse all this. We're going to tell the sisters, now you can't be a sheikess. We're going to tell the brothers, oh, now you make sure that you pray 100 times. Now we're going to tell the brothers, don't forget Ramadan. Now you can do all these things if you want to. I'm not trying to discourage you from not doing these things. But I'm telling you that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Islamism is unique into itself. It's called Moorish science. It's unique into itself. It says, and he will smile behind your ears will light your countenance with joy and fill your heart with peace. So we're talking about how to obtain peace, how to obtain Islam. How do you obtain Islam? Well, in some schools of thought, they teach you that you're going to have to pray 1,000,001 times. And then you got to be good too. And then you got to be good too. But the highest degree of serving God in the Moorish thought is right here. This is the highest degree. It gets no better than this. This is the highest degree. It gets no better than this. You can talk about getting on a plane and going to Mecca to Hajj. You can talk about 100 salats. You can talk about all that stuff you want. in the Moorish Science Temple of America. It gets no better than this. Serve your near kin, those that are no kin, the stranger at your gates, the foe that seeks to do you harm. Assist the poor and help the weak, do harm to none, and covet not what is yours. And then, with your tongue, the Holy One will speak. It gets no better than that. How can you supersede that? You gonna say the words of God out your mouth. Now show me in the salat where it say that. You make 50,000 salats, and with your mouth, Allah will speak. You ain't getting that. And we would be going backwards if we went that way. This is the highest degree of understanding. Prophet Noble Drew Ali gives us the highest degree of understanding. I ain't finished yet. I'm almost. Weak and ignorant thou art, O man. This is know thyself. Humble as thou oughtest to be, O child of the dust. Would thou raise thy thoughts to infinite wisdom? Would thou see omnipotence displayed before thee? Contemplate thine frame. This is true prayer. Omnipotence is boundless potential and power, and there is no box. It's just infinite. And to see this, it says, contemplate thy frame. This is true prayer. What do you mean, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, contemplate thy frame? Your frame is your physical body. Think about if you want to see the boundless beauty of the Creator, if you want to see the boundless beauty of the Creator, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali say, contemplate thy frame. Think about your physical body. If you want to see the beauty of the Creator, think about how your eyes is transmitting this picture into your brain right now. Contemplate on it. Think about how you can touch something and you can feel whether it's hot or cold and it's transmitting to your brain. Think about how your heart, one of these things that go on with your body. If you want to see the unlimited greatness of the Creator, think about your body, your frame. Think about your makeup. See, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali directs you within yourself. He directs you within yourself. He doesn't direct you to go outside yourself. He directs you to yourself because within you is where God resides. So Jesus teaches, through the teachers of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, says, what I can do, all men can do. Go teach the gospel of the omnipotence of man. Can y'all still hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Islam, can y'all hear me? I don't know what's happening. Make sure y'all can hear me. I ain't gonna go. Let me stop for a minute. Make sure. Make sure y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? All right. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. All right. Some people be going out. Now, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches, go teach the gospel of the omnipotence of man. Now, you know, and I know if we were in the East and I said something about man being omnipotent, they would try to take my head off. You know what omnipotent means? We consider only Allah omnipotent, right? Huh? You do. We consider Allah omnipotent, but our teacher, our Redeemer, our prophet, he says, go teach the gospel of the omnipotence of man. And now, sidebar, This is why many Moorish Science Temple of Americas fail, because they don't teach man's greatest unlimited potential. They teach churchy. They teach churchy. They don't teach man has unlimited potential, or they don't harp on it enough. I harp on it. In the noble temples, I harp on it. I harp on it. And this is why I pull this out. So it says, the gospel. This is a gospel that must be taught. I harp on this gospel, that you have unlimited potential. Then, faith is the surety of omnipotence of Allah in man. Think about that for a minute. Faith is the surety of the omnipotence of Allah in man. Man, you can't take this to the Sunni community. You can't take this to the Shiite community. There's no way in the world you can take this to the Sunni community. See, when someone says that Prophet Noble Drew Ali tried to bring us over into our Islam, they got to be out of their mind. This ain't going to go right. Say, omnipotence of Allah, I get that, but and man? Yep, and man. Man, they're gonna run you up out there. Yep, and man, and the certainty that man will reach the ethic life. Now, you know it, I know. I mean, now you know it, I know. No, I said Sunni or Shiite. You know and I know they're going to run you up out there. And traditionally speaking, from a Sunni perspective. And then if you throw in this line here, and then we saw this man who has just demonstrated us unto us the power of man raised from carnal flesh and blood to flesh of Allah. Oh, stuff Allah. That's what they're going to say. What they going to say? Oh, the flesh of Allah. Oh, man, they're going to start sewing sand on their head and everything. There's no way in the world that one can convince me that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was trying to guide us back into 1600 years ago, Islam. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world nobody can convince me of that. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. They be like the Jews putting the ashes on their head. Oh, no, stuff Allah. Man, they be throwing oil on it, everything. They not going to play with you. And when people talk about the Sufis do teach that, well, you know, I'm not speaking of the Sufis because the Sufi is an order. I'm really speaking to the fact that, and I'll tell you, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali wasn't trying to get us into Sufism. He wasn't trying to he was trying to get us acclimated to Islamism. This is the point of this. He was trying to get us acclimated into Islamism. He is a holy and divine prophet, and the uniqueness of his teachings are unique to us, but universal in practice. They are unique to us and for us, but universal in practice. So, of course, some people like to try to say, oh, yeah, it's like Sufism. Sufism, like this brother say, Sufism and Islamism is the same thing. Of course, but the thing is, universal truth is the same. Universal truth is the same. But you would never see me join a Sufi order. I got Islamism. In English, the language that I dream in. I ain't got to jump through no hoops. I ain't got to run around dancing, acting all crazy. I mean, that's right. Islamism is from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Exactly. And anybody who follows Prophet Noble Drew Ali get that down first, and all understandings was fall in place. Islamism, the running definition, is the practice of Islam in motion. That's the definition I like to give it. Other people may give it another definition. I call it Islam in motion. Islam from a noun turns into a verb. Islam in motion. Islamism. You know what I mean? Islam could be a thing. Like a noun, person, place, a thing. Islamism, now ism becomes a verb. It's in motion. Yes, indeed. And it's not strange. You got Judaism. You got Confucianism. You got Buddhism. And we got Islamism. And it's unique to us. That's right. Last but not least, family, you know definitely they ain't going for this one. Jesus appeared fully materialized to the Eastern sage. Chapter 19. He is God-man of today, but everyone on earth shall overcome and be like him, a son of Allah. Oh my God, Allah got a son, and now everyone gonna be a son of Allah. Ah, stuff Allah. Stuff Allah. Stuff Allah. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna go crazy. There is no way humanly possible. There is no way humanly possible that anyone can convince me that Prophet Noble Drew Ali intended for us to cross over to be Sunni or Shiite type Muslims. Islamism is unique to itself. Islamism is the practice of raising your thoughts from your carnal desires to your divine self. That's right. That's what it's about. And we have the manuscript to do it. We have the manuscript to do it. And we have the manuscript to do it. And we are not asking permission to honor our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm not, as I said to my brother Abdullah, good brother, I spoke with him before. I'm not doing this for Sunni Muslims to join the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm doing this so the Moors can stop trying to act like Arabs. That they need to get with a grand sheikh that know the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and manifest it within their life and keep it moving. I mean, everybody want to grow beards, paint them red. Everybody want to wear long gowns every day. Sitting up there at the county fair, you know what I mean, riding a go-kart, gown all up in the tires of the go-kart. Take that gown off and ride the go-kart with them children. Ride the go-kart with the children. Got that demonstration all up in the go-kart. Get out the go-kart. Get the jelly man out the go-kart. Get out the go-kart. Sitting up there on the merry-go-round horsey, the demonstration going up and down. You know the pony at the fair going up and down, and your jelly bean all caught up in that demonstration. Come on, man. Nah. Get on up out there. So anyway, family, that's my show for the night, family. And again, I ask y'all to support the raffle, family. Support the raffle. All you got to do is send a note that you're buying a ticket. They're $15. And support the raffle. It's over $300 worth of items. Yeah, that's what it is, jalabia. That jalabia caught all up in the horse. You know what I mean? They got to come drag you off that horse and rip your demonstration, and you sitting up there with some tighty whities on. Stop that. Don't do that. I'm just like the brother said, I had under rules. That's right. That's right. Take your fans off. You ain't got to wear your fans every day. Get yourself a Moorish American nobles. You know what I mean? Get yourself a Moorish American. You ain't got to wear fans every day. Prophet Noble Ali, he wore one of them Mexican Zambaras when he went to Mexico. On his card with the professor demonstration, he had nothing on. Come on, man. Y'all, the customs can't alter the nature of truth. I ain't growing no beard. No. Make my face itch. It make my face itch. My face be itching. I can grow facial hair, but my face itch. Allah want my face to itch so I can look like somebody. That's a custom. It's only a custom. It make my face itch. For real. I ain't gonna do it. It's not, family. I appreciate y'all. Stop broken blade. Smith Bay, don't do that. Don't do that. My best friend might be watching and he gonna get mad at me. You know what I mean? That's my main man now. I won't talk about no beds. I won't talk about no I won't talk about nothing no more. I'm done. Good people mad. Hey, Smith Bay, I got a lot of people mad at me the last few weeks now. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I got a lot of people mad at me, brother, because I want to stick to the script of Prophet Noble Ali. Why you want to be mad at me? Because I want to stick to the script of Prophet Noble Ali. That's it, man. I'm sticking to the script so much, people start saying, man, he worshiped Prophet Noble Ali. No, fool. He's the prophet. I got to follow the prophet. That's it. He worshiped the prophet. He worshiped. No. He gave me instructions. I got to follow it. If I want to get out of this mess, I got to follow the instructions. He's an extension of the universal creator Allah. He's not only a prophet of God, he's an angel of God. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? He's an angel of God. Wherever you see an angel of God, they have no will of their own. Anybody know that? An angel of God is commissioned by God. They have no will of their own. Their will is to do the will of the universal creator. Do you understand that? Like Michael, the angels that came to Sodom and Gomorrah, Gabriel, all them angels they make up, all that. Some they make up, some they don't. But the angels don't have a will of their own. They don't. And our prophet is an angel of Allah, sent to, just like Raphael, an angel of Allah, sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah. Why would we be changing anything about the everlasting gospel? Doesn't make sense to me. If the prophet says we're Asiatic, I'm not changing it. Fear Allah for all the days of thy life. He sent you a mercy in the name of Prophet Noble Ali. Stick to the script. Just stick to the script. If you don't believe in the prophet, that's fine. Just say so and move on. If you don't believe what Prophet Noble Ali has given us, say so and move on. Or I'm going to call you out on it. If you're on social media. If you're on social media. I'm going to tell you something. It's a few brothers that I disagree with a lot of their measures, but they don't be plastering it on social media. Brother, you're going to have to go back to probably about halfway through this, and I'm gonna do a show on that, brother. I'm gonna do a show on the Holy Quran and the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Korean Gospel to the Grant. I'm gonna do a show on that, brother. I address all this stuff. Don't matter to me. I address all this stuff, and it's nothing to me. I listen. I've taught this for so long, and in the last 5 years, Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches has really crystallized in my mind. Man, I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for anything. I'm telling you, I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for people say you plagiarize. I'm explaining that to them. I mean, people say he ain't a prophet. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to debate anybody on anything. It doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to be respectful. And one thing we got to do, we got to get to the point where we can disagree and still be brothers and friends. Stop crying all the time. You're like 50 years old still crying. Brother, under the laws of the Holy Quran of Mecca, we're talking about divine laws, brother. You have to know what those laws are, but I got to go, brother. I can't be here any longer. I mean, stop crying all the time because somebody disagree with you. Man up and come clean. All family. And if you, let me do this real quick. Let me see. So family, listen. Copy this. If you visit our website, family, visit our website. See what's new. We got fresh new Qurans. See this? All new typeset, fresh new, shining new Quran. See that? We produce them ourselves. You see that? We're talking industrious here. We produce them ourselves. Not only that, fresh new Moorish literature pamphlet. See that? Fresh new Moorish literature pamphlet. Go to our website if you're interested. Order them. It takes about 7 to 10 days to be sent out. We got that. Yeah, so we doing our own Moorish manufacturing. I mean, but if you ain't got a Quran, go ahead. Spare yourself $12. Get yourself a fresh Quran. It ain't gonna be one of them flugazy ones that you get off the internet. The only thing is that you got to make sure you send shipping now. Send shipping, and we got you. With that being said, family, I'm up out of here. I'm gonna have some more literature up here soon. Also, the Moorish Guide articles are also available for download on documents for download on the website. Go check out the website, family. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go there for you real quick before I go. Go check out the website. Support the family. Even if you don't want to look out. You know what I mean? Look out for the cookout if you want. But here we go right here. We got the Divine Constitution laws, the Holy Quran, and the Moorish Questionnaire, and the Moorish Literature Pamphlet. Pretty soon I'm going to be uploading the Moorish Literature Pamphlet, Noble Temple Edition. That will have much more in it than the normal literature pamphlet. You will definitely like it. I guarantee you will. I'm going to give you more information, probably something that you haven't seen before, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna try to keep giving you information. I'm about to put a book out, a pamphlet that you can study, where I'm breaking down the what am I breaking down? Breaking down the charter. Many people don't know how to read the charter. I'm gonna break that down in book form. The red phases will be uploaded on there next week. I just got to get a handle of some of the short orders coming in. Also, what else we gonna have? The joints on Amazon. Yeah, you go on Amazon if you want. You're gonna be supporting Europeans. Support your brother. They $12, but they quality. What else I'm gonna be doing? Fam, I got a lot of stuff, man. I got so much information that I'm about to give up. And I just hope y'all support. If y'all want to learn, also got this lecture coming up, family. Let me see real quick. I got this lecture coming up. If you're interested, this is going to shake a few people up. Uh, I'm thinking I'm gonna do it in my projected time is to do it in March, um, but it's $20, and you'll be able to get all the slides, 30 days, 5 days. And in this lecture, it's called Power Struck. I'm sorry, family. I mean, I apologize, but I got to give it to you raw. It's called Power Struck. Power Struck is one of the most powerful, jaw-dropping documentary lectures that you will ever see. Power Struck documents the attempt to remove Prophet Noble Drew Ali from leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America while he was in the flesh. I got the facts. I got the receipts. And the reinvention of the Moorish Science Temple of America once he departed out of flesh. Now, I know people are going to think this is slander, but I have receipts. My research going to bring you receipts. You've heard of the lies concerning what happened to the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now it's time that you hear and see the truth. See all the players in the scheme to remove the prophet as the head of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Witness the evidence, tell the story of the hijacking of the nation. Learn how, after getting rid of Supreme Grand Sheikh Emil, the same people moved on with the prophet's plan for the Moorish town with the prophet's money. Yet, the prophet received no credit. Over 100,000 went missing from the prophet's bank account. Went missing after the prophet's passing. Where did it go? Find out March 2020. And family, this is going to be a very interesting presentation. It's going to make a lot of people upset. I mean, it's going to make a lot of people upset because I'm coming with receipts. I'm showing when the prophet said there's one more Science Temple of America, it's mine. That led me on a search to find out, did somebody try to create a Moorish Science Temple of America while the prophet was in the flesh? And I come to find out, yes. Yes. So, family, I'm promoting it now, but I'm shooting for March. I got a few more pieces I got to put together, but I should be ready by March the 22nd. And that's when I'm hoping to bring it out. So, and all the slides and evidence that I bring to the table, they are yours to keep with your purchase of a ticket. So support the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples in the Moorish Village that we're building. And I thank you for your support of the channel and all else that you do. So with that being said, peace and love, family. Catch you next go around. Don't forget to support the raffle. The raffle. Email me at tahakabay@gmail.com. Support the raffle. Email me for more information if you missed it.